All right, hello everyone. Welcome to this other little tutorial about DPHX Unpack and Load. On this one, we'll just do an overview of the main features of the app itself. There was already a video for which you'll find links in the description below to the installation, full installation and setup of DPHX. And there was a video that was that showed also how to load a DPHX file in various ways into the tool. So we won't go into that. This one, we will cover really all the tabs and some of the menus. Okay, so when you start the DPHX Unpack and Load tool, you come up with something like this, and you have we'll assume that we have a DPHX file opened, and it appears like this. So I use a small size window at the moment just to see that on the setup page. That's what I use when I load into Microsoft Flight Simulator. I use this window at this size, so I have the main information here. I don't need the full-blown window at this point. So yeah, let's cover just the basic thing on how the screen is set up. So you have the menu, you have the tabs here, and you have the file that is loaded will appear here. Also, if you have Microsoft Flight Simulator already loaded, you're gonna see it in red. Because why in red? Because if you do an unpack, if you don't have the weather files already on the right location, then it's too late. You have to exit Microsoft Flight Simulator and then start it once you have done the unpack, because the weather preset are only loaded by Microsoft Flight Simulator when it starts. Anything you add when it is actually running, it won't see. So that's an important thing to know. And you also have this band here, which shows if the files that are in this, the weather file and the flight plan and maybe other files, if they are present in their respective folders, if they are there. If you have a green check mark like this, it means it detects that the files are there, and Microsoft should see them as long as, again, it has been started after unpacking the weather file. If it's, you could have another symbol, red or yellow warning, telling you that the files are not there or only part of the files are there. Okay, so that's it for that. So let's go over the setup tab in this format here. This is what you need the most to set up into Flight Sim. When you open Flight Sim, all you need to do, usually with the gliders we use now and the way we load the flight plan, you need to set the departure. So there it is here. This is the name, of course, this is the name of the task and the number on Whisk and Glide. So the departure and the runway, this is the first bit of information you need. You have the local time that you are going to set in the flight conditions, the weather preset name that you're going to load up in flight conditions also. And then you'll have the gliders that has been recommended. So you can select the gliders based on these recommendations here. Then you have the flight plan. This is, if some of the gliders you may need to load the flight plan manually, like in Flight Sim 2020, you would maybe do it manually. But with several of the gliders now, we don't touch the load flight plan with the EFB in 2024 because it screws up the whole thing. So be careful about that. So this PLN here is just for information to check if it's loaded into the tracker and into the logger correctly. And then if you are flying within an event, so the DPHX here has an event for today, you'll see the event name, the club and the event name. You'll see the Microsoft Flight Simulator server, multiplayer server you should be in for that event, and the tracker, the ssc-tracker group that this event should use, that it is associated with. So you would put FSC. But of course, clicking Unpack should take care of setting that into the tracker and the logger if you've set them up correctly within the settings. So yeah, it's for information basically. Okay, now I'm gonna go into the other tabs, but you'll see that at this size it's a little small. So you can always use the on these windows here, you can do control and mouse wheel like it is indicated here and make it bigger, but just we're gonna maximize the window here so we can see more of it. Okay, so the task tab, we're going to go over all the tabs here. The task, well, you have all the details about the task. It's basically what WeSimGlide offers also for that task. So you have the countries you're going to be flying over. You have all the information that's been captured by the task designer. Here is Aussie Captain Sarcasm. You're going to have some of the same information on the setup, but all the details you will depart. Soaring type is ridge, distance, and the weather profile. It's all the details about the weather and the task. And then you have on the map, you're going to have, if it's been included, usually it is, you're going to have a map, and this is a picture control, so image control, so you can zoom in here with either with the scroll here, the little slider. You can have it fit into window size. You can use your mouse wheel. You can move it with your dragon like this. You have all of that, and on the right you have a display of the wind layers by layers, where it comes from and the strength of the wind layer. It's another visual representation, and then you have the full description here, which you can again do with the control and mouse wheel. You can adjust the size. Everything here is also resizable, so you could make the description smaller. If there was altitude restrictions on that task, they would appear here. Right now there's none, so it's empty, but they would appear, they would show here some with the altitude, with the waypoint name and the minimum, maximum, or both, between indication would appear here. So that's the map here. Then you have, if it is part of an event, the event will contain, the tab will contain all the information about the event. It will contain, again, the link to Discord. Usually it shows that your local times here are displayed in your time zone. So when it is, we meet the server, again, the weather. So basically information that can be required to know before joining the event. It's there. And you also have countdowns here on the right. So we meet in 6 hours and 9 minutes, and you have, sometimes you will have the sync fly, the launch, you can have several timers here. You can have audio cues. If you put the volume completely to 0, no audio cues will happen. But if you raise the volume, you can also test it here. Okay. So that's the event tab. Images, well, it's pretty obvious. You're going to have all the images that are associated, that have been included with the pack. It's like the map is there, but there's another image here. If there are more images, they will appear here. So you can, it's the same kind of image control where you can zoom, fit, and all of that. Basically just an image viewer. Waypoints, there you will see all the waypoints that are included in the task, and you have all the details, the gate diameter, is it an assigned area, task, waypoint, the latitude, longitude, elevation. If there are restrictions, they will appear here. You can have the distance also from the previous waypoint, the total. You can have that in kilometers, you can have that in miles, or you can have none of it if you want. With the weather tab now, you have this visual representation of both the wind layers here to the left and the cloud layers to the right. There are various information inside these. I won't go into details, but the legend is everywhere. It's indicated here. You have the color code legend for the density and for the scatter and the coverage. Everything is there, the altitude, the speed. And is it based on the ground or above mean ground level? Or if it was the sea, it would be blue, so it would be above sea level. And you have a bunch of other information also on at the bottom with the temperature, pressure, barometric pressure, and stuff like that. And you can have that in table format instead if you prefer, only for the wind layers and cloud layers. But I prefer to look at it in a visual way. If there are any add-ons recommended for that task, they will appear here, and you will be able to click them to refer, to the link that that is associated with that add-on. Obviously, here there's none. And finally, the units tab. It's where you set how you want the information to be displayed. Altitude, do you want them in metric, imperial, or I have it both for the demo here. The speed, same thing, gate, everything here you can configure. It will remember from session to session, of course. So that's it. It covers all of the tabs. And then just the menu quickly open. We've already seen that that's where you can open, browse a DPHX package, or go into manual mode to load a PLN and weather file manually. Unpack is to, if you don't have auto unpack enabled, then you can also click this, so it forces the unpack, sends the files, and opens the tracker and the logger if they've been configured in the settings. Cleanup, it's after you, it's the reverse of the unpack. After you fly the task and you want to clean up your folders, you click clean up, and it will remove the files from their respective folders. File browser, I'm gonna do a little video just about for this one. It's to browse all the files that are in the various folders, so you can do another cleanup if you forgot to unpack to clean up after a flight. It's handy. Home will bring you to the Wismglides homepage. Map will bring you to the Wismglides map page. IGC, there will be another full video about this, because this is a full feature, a window where you can upload your IGC and do more than that. B21 Planner will send will open the B21 Planner with the task. And settings, well, we've covered that settings in the setup, the first video for the setting up of the application, and that's where you set up also the logger and the tracker there. And finally, you don't need to forget that it will be. I think I might be able to do like this, and you'll see there. If you need support, there's links here that you can access the Discord feedback, support feedback, and you have the invite link to the Discord, my Discord, for this, the tool where you're going to find support and all of the information. If you are not already on the Discord, please do join. I think that covers it all. If you have any question, don't hesitate to ask them in the comments or in the Discord, and you'll find links, like I said, to the other videos in this series. Thank you for watching, and see you later.